Yeah, no, it's genuinely just dripping now. Like, it is running down the back of that drain. So we 100% need to figure this out. I'm not going anywhere because it's a constant, like, let's see if you guys can see it. When it's running, it's just a constant yep, right there. All right, so I found that it is not a sealing problem, because I was able to get it all the way in using a method one of the guys on the internet showed. You take a 19 mil wrench and a pry bar and make sure it's straight and you pop it in. We have a pinhole right there in the drain. So of all the unluck to get, we have a pinhole in the oil drain and it is never going to seal. So we're going down to AutoZone to grab one. All right, so we got everything pulled. I wanted to get her outside. Hazel, you gotta stop fucking with your leash and these cigarette butts. So the closest place that has it is 6 miles up the road. I didn't realize that until I'd already pulled it, but we didn't lose nearly as much oil as I thought I did. I pulled it off on the dipstick and I'm like, I'm maybe a quart low. So the guy who works there, he said when he gets off, he'll bring it down to me. I told him, whatever you need, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, any of that shit, I don't care. I appreciate it, because I was gonna walk to the one that was a mile away and they're like, yeah, we don't have it. And I'm so glad I didn't start walking. I actually started walking, but then they answered the phone and they were like, yeah, we don't have it. And then the AutoZone, I started walking, or the Advanced Auto, they said they had it online, and then I go and walk and they're like, no, we don't have it. And I'm like, fuck. It says they have it, but they didn't have it. So I was luckily able to get in touch with the guys that do have it. I paid for it, everything, online, store pickup, and he's gonna bring it to me. So I sent him the details in the text and all that stuff. So thank you, Jacob, for coming in clutch. I don't know how much he's gonna charge me yet, if he's gonna charge me anything, but I'm gonna make sure that I pay him some money because he didn't have to do this. All right, man, I appreciate you, Jacob. I sent him 20 bucks for coming out because he didn't know what to charge me. I'm like, you want 20 bucks? I was like, I just, dude, I appreciate the guy for coming out and dropping it off. He didn't have to. So we're gonna do the wrench method on this one instead of the other method. I'm gonna bolt it into the turbo first, and we'll leave all that here. Let's go get this thing installed and get out of here because there's fucking drugs everywhere. Fucking crackheads. Genuine question, and don't even argue with me in the comments because I know you guys are the same way. Why the fuck does nobody make good parts anymore? This is Dorman. It's the only thing I could get. Look at that clearance. It gives you an inch. Here's an OEM one. It gives you an inch of non-bendable material. You can see here it needs to bend immediately. So it is barely clearing the motor mount, and I need to make sure that this angle is not up, because if it is, we're gonna have more problems. It's in, look at that. That's some bullshit, but it's as low as I can physically get it. And we did put a 19 mil wrench here and then pry on it with a pry bar. This was the advice of, I think, one of the Diesel Power guys. There's a few Diesel Power Source and Diesel Power I think it was Diesel Power Products. But yeah, so let's get it fired up, make sure we don't have any leaks, and we'll go from there. Also, I know you guys are looking at this bolt. It doesn't tighten all the way. I don't know what the deal is. I gotta re-thread chase that, but that coolant leak is no longer a coolant leak, so don't worry about it. All right, let's see. Well, I don't see any leaks yet. So I'm gonna tell you guys now, I am 100% returning that part and getting my money back. And we're gonna go with the fleece option because that is 100% gonna cause a problem down the road. That's gonna leak eventually. That is going to hit the motor mount. And it might not dent it right away. Oh, we have a check engine light. But it might not dent it right away, but it's going to cause a problem. So I'm gonna run it. When we get back, we have all the new parts. Don't worry, we're replacing everything. This is what happens when you have to do everything in a rush. But money doesn't stop just because you have to wait on parts. So we're making money while we're coming out here. I mean, between this one and the job that we're doing. So in like 4 days worth of time, this is, I'd like to say right around $4,500. So a little over $1,000 a day. We're doing fine. Just little hurdles. Suck it up and get over it. Let's put these tools away. These guys come out here and tell you need a CDL to make money, and you know what I say to that? You're gonna see these nuts, because this here is the difference between an operator and, you know, a steering wheel holder and someone who actually knows how to drive and run their equipment. And I don't care if you're a hot shot, a box truck driver, a fucking delivery driver, a semi driver, it doesn't matter to me. You can drive anything you want, but if you can't work on your own equipment or fix your own equipment or diagnose your own problems, that's where, in my opinion, the term steering wheel holder gets thrown out here. There's a lot of hotshots that know how to drive, and there's a lot of semis that are steering wheel holders, and it goes both ways. It doesn't matter. And a lot of box truck guys, or a lot of guys that drive the RVs. All right, phone died, but it doesn't matter, guys. We're just out here. We're making a living. We're having fun. It is what it is. Some stuff sucks. You have good days, you have bad days, but it doesn't matter. I will tell you though, the bad days are when you're stuck in Albuquerque, New Mexico, because it is an absolute shithole out here. The crackheads are running wild. Between the crackheads and the needles on the ground. Fuck Albuquerque. All right, let's take some bets in the comments, because you guys know you want to. Let me know how long you guys think that oil drain's gonna last. I'm gonna go to the next Loves. Ignore that, I filled the power steering up. But I'm gonna go to the next location. Actually, we're gonna fill the tank first, and then we're gonna head to the next location. See, take bets. Guys, you aren't gonna believe it. No leaks. Look at that. Look at that. No leaks, just residual. The temporary part is temporary parting. Also, this harness decided that it wanted to rot out, so we're gonna have to redo this harness here. That's the factory plug. So I don't have this side fog lights. All right, so we got up the next day. Nothing but residual. There's no oil leaks. I'll show you guys the drain. I drove 6.5 hours last night. Let's see, look at that. Nice and clean. And it looks like there's, let's see. There's a smidge of something, but nothing made it to the back, so. Yeah, it's all over there. Everything that was coming back, so. Definitely got our rust proofing on Bertha. I can tell you that, expensive rust proofing. But we're about 5 minutes away from drop, so we're gonna go drop this thing. And then we're gonna head down to go do this heater core. All right, we got the clearance to go ahead and drop it where it's at. I'm gonna grab my pictures and whatnot. And it really sucks that those veins are stuck open like that. Oh, she is blowing so much soot. I tried to clean off as much of the front. Actually, I got the front pretty much cleaned. So now let's drop it. All right, we're getting her dropped. Absolutely love the auto leveling system. Makes it so much easier. Get that off of there. Bing, bada, boom. All right, we're getting her dropped now. Yeah, cleaned up all the front and whatnot, but this is definitely the dirtiest one I've ever done. We need to get that controller fixed. Not only, I fixed all the oil leaks. There's no oil leaks now, but yeah, we definitely need to do something about that soot, because I can't be driving around like that. I don't like that. I was actually wrong the other day when I was telling you guys he's at a 2,800 pound rating. They're actually 2,600 pounds. So 10,400 pounds between the axles. So going up to a 35 is that's 600 pounds extra per tire. So that's an extra 2,400 pounds of tire rating. So it's gonna be nice. Clearance, I don't know about. We have 53 minutes to go and seeing no dots under the truck, except that one. But that's just residual. Yeah, that's just residual. Makes me happy. All right, guys, so we are down in Tucson, Arizona. And we was supposed to be a simple heater core job. And then he called me the other day and said, hey, the truck's making a thudding through the intake. And I'm like, oh, well, that's simple. It's just, you just lost a rocker bridge, right? So he went and bought a new one and found out that that wasn't the problem. So he bought 2 new push rods and he said, just come fix it, right? So we get down in here and I'm trying to put the new stuff in and I'm like, it's just not going in. It keeps popping to the side. So we get over here and we realize, okay, we're at a loss here. Like we're going to have to pull the cam to get that tappet out and see what's going on with it. Mind you, we've already been dicking with it for about an hour, hour and a half. So this is the push rod that came out. All right, you can see here's the top, here's the bottom. What's missing? So we thought that it just went somewhere in the engine and that it would have been fine. So every time we'd try to get one to seat, we'd come over here, it would seat, and it would pop to the side every single time. Turns out, the ball welded itself inside. Never seen that happen before. And then, one of his other push rods were bent. So he had one bent push rod and this. So he just did a valve adjustment. I don't know if that's what caused this, but we got a new one of these because the old one here broke and went missing. See the plastic clip there. So we've got the cam pulled out. We checked everything. The cam looks good. Everything looks good. We've already cleaned everything up. We had to drop. We had to get straight down in there to get that out. Like we had to smack the shit out of it to get it out. So we got a new tappet on order. We're resealing the front case. We're doing all of that. It's about 9:30, 9:45 at night right now, but this is where we're at. I didn't film anything today. I just kind of wanted to get to work. We got here around 1:30 and we've just been fucking chugging along. All right. We got this ruler in here because that's what he had. And it worked perfect, actually. We took a magnet, put it in there. So now we're waiting on parts. Everything will be here tomorrow. We're going to do the heater core now just to get it done and out of the way because realistically it only takes me 3.5 hours to do it. And what's funny is I flat rate every one of my jobs, and this I charge 8 hours to do. Heater core I charge 8 hours to do. Generally it takes me 4 hours to do a heater core, but this 8 hours. So I think we're going to up the labor on doing front cases in the future because I do a lot of these for customers, probably 3 a year I would like to say. Not a lot, but you know what I mean. This is not what this was supposed to be. This was supposed to be a simple fix, and it turned out that it wasn't a simple fix. I've never seen this happen before, ever. Ever seen that happen before. So usually the push rods bend before this happens, but it is what it is. We're getting it taken care of, but I do a bunch of cases for customers, and honestly I don't feel like I charge enough for them because it's like it's $760 for labor to do that, or it's $760 for labor to do this. I realistically think that we're going to bump the labor up to about $1,100 for these because these are absolutely diabolical. So we'll do it, but next step is going to be to get the heater core up. I drove 22 or 2,400 miles for this, so we're going to get all this pulled out, and yeah, shouldn't be too long. We should be done by like 1 o'clock in the morning. Guys, I've been doing a piss poor job at filming. Hey, we got the box back in. We got a new AC condenser. Look how fucked up this one is. And then the heater core. If you guys can see down in there, look at all that smudge. So, sorry, been doing a poor job at filming, but now we're going to get all this stuff connected back up. And the dash can go back in. Sorry, I forgot to film. Now I'm filming. Yeah, so everything's back in. We're good to go. And yeah, that's where we're at. It took an hour to get the dash out, and that was with us fucking around. How long did it take us to get the dash? About an hour fucking around?
45 minutes to an hour.
So about 45 minutes getting the dash out. And then this thing, I forgot. I'm going to show people. On the 3rd gens, with the 6.7, they have this, all of this. Anything 07.5 to 09 will have that, apparently. And there's a screw back behind there with a nut on it. And that's... I forgot about them.
That's your secret nut.
Yeah. Well, on the early 3rd gens, that PCM thing is not there. I don't even know what that is. But it's not there. So you can just get to that bolt Actually, no, I don't think you can. I think they put the coolant reservoir over there. So it's still a pain in the ass. You're definitely dropping the liner on those. So, yeah, I'm glad we didn't drop the liner on this. Holy, how many fucking screws? Holy shit. Yeah, 80's fine. All right, so we got the heater core done last night. I left here around 3 o'clock. No, I got the heater core around 1. If I remember correctly, and then we bullshitted till about 2, and then, yeah, so I went to bed this morning around 5 in the morning. So we got all the parts. We got a new tappet. We found that the ball, he was just fucking over there playing with it, and the ball came out. But obviously, we're not going to reuse this tappet. We got a brand new one. They're $10 a pop. We also are replacing 11 out of these 11 out of the 12 push rods because, well, one is bent. I think there was a few that were bent. So we're just going to do that, and that one looks bent too. That's a new one. Fun. So we're doing all that. New case gasket, all new push rods, front main with a wear sleeve. We always do the wear sleeve. So now I'm going to go and get the tool to do these tappets down the road when I get back home because this wasn't in the plans. This was not in the plans at all. Nope. But it's in the plans now. So I'm going to get that tappet. We're going to slide it in, and then we're going to get a dowel in here. I was going to try it with the magnet, but the magnet does not want to go down through the hole. And even if it does, it doesn't want to catch the middle. You can see if I pick it up, it wants to grab the outside. So we got the right stuff for the case. And we're going to try to salvage this gasket because they decided to give it to them bent. But for us to get another one, it's another 24 hours away. They give you silicone sealant too. So let's get all this stuff installed. I want to get the tappet in first. Actually, no, I don't know if I want to do the tappet or the front case first. We'll see. But we got all that cleaned up. So probably silicone around here and then around any of the edges. All right, so we got this wire through. He's cutting the PVC now, so we can get that in there. Just want a nice, we'll probably zip tie it to the new one, pull it up, and then the PVC will catch the zip tie. And then we can just use something to get it up through there. Haven't decided yet. All right. Yeah. My God. I don't see any leaks yet. No fuel leaks.
No fuel leak?
Yeah, no fuel leak.
Just priming that CP3.
That thing's long primed. All right, shut her down.